It's absolutely devastating that this happened. There's so many families that are suffering.
Tough situation here. First on Connecticut's news station, tenants forced out of their homes with just a month's notice amid the affordable housing crisis. What they are pleading with lawmakers to do now.
An explosion in a storm drain creating quite the scene in Meridan. What police are saying about the situation this morning and why residents should not be concerned.
And what officials at Yale University are saying about pro-Palestinian demonstrators who refuse to leave an encampment, how those students are responding. Those details this morning.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
6 o'clock, good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for starting your day off with us, America Aries.
And I'm Keith McGilvery. Grateful you're here. Out and about yesterday afternoon was phenomenal.
It was amazing. It really was.
All the young people at the Hartford Boathouse, kudos to you getting in there. I don't know what it's called, laps, miles. Crew. Yeah. Anyways, it was a great day for it. Meteorologist Matt Scott, I'll figure out what that's called, and you can just promise him another great day.
It was quite a workout from what I've been told.
Sprints.
Yeah. No, thank you. I'll leave it to them. Forecast.
Same.
Yeah, forecast is looking not nearly as nice as what we had out there yesterday. Listen, yesterday was just a wonderful, wonderful way to start the week, but we have a forecast that's definitely not as nice as your Monday. Clouds, few showers in there. 7-day, settled back to seasonal. We'll talk about that coming up. Clouds, yes. Rain, no, we don't have any of that trouble for now. There'll be a couple of spot showers. You know, we just missed out on some big thunderstorms just off to the north. Boston's getting drilled right now, goes up into Manchester, New Hampshire. Meanwhile, off towards the west, just a little unsettled weather. 53 degrees. It's very warm in Groton. Hartford right now, cloudy, 54 degrees. With the forecast, not like yesterday, we'll top out where we should. A little closer to normal into the mid-60s as the high schoolers get off the bus later on. Talk about some scattered showers coming our way tonight. And what else is in the 7-day? I'll see you with that coming up. Rachel Piscatelli, good morning to you with a look at traffic.
Hey, good morning, Matt. For the most part, things are running smoothly out on the roads. We don't have any incidents to tell you about out this hour, and a lot of the road work that I brought to you in the 5 o'clock hour has wrapped up with the exception of Cheshire and Southington this morning. 84 both directions out by 31 and 26. That's about an average of a 6-mile stretch where you may encounter some delays. That is expected to wrap up within the next half hour or so. Other than that, a live look outside out by exit 17 in Waterbury this morning. We do have volume that is starting to pick up, but otherwise things are running smoothly. Waterbury exit 25 to 18, both directions, 5 minutes. Seymour to Shelton Route 8 is a 6-minute drive. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Rachel. 6:03, Meridan Police investigating an explosion and suspicious device. It is the second time this has happened just this month.
Yeah, police responded to the area of Cross Street and Women's Way last night. And that's where we find Fox 61's Brooke Griffin. She's there live this morning with the latest details. Brooke, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. Meridan and Connecticut State Police are looking into who is putting these devices in really just across the city of Meridan at this point. But as far as last night's situation, let me show you just how close those two, really the two situations at hand were. So you can see on the left and right, there are various storm drains. And one of them, State Police and Meridan Police say they were able to find the original explosion from last night. But then whenever they started looking around, they found what's even more concerning, some sort of device in the other storm drain. Now, that was deemed not explosive, but of course this is still something that's kind of nerve-wracking for police to try to figure out why these are being put here and who is putting them there. But let me walk you through what exactly happened. This all started around 6 o'clock or so last night when somebody reported the drain explosion. Police say they don't know what caused that, but they didn't actually find anything out of the ordinary in the drain that had the smoke and the explosion coming from it. Now, that happened just feet away from a preschool building that's right near where I'm standing now and the Planned Parenthood building. Out of precaution, crews then searched drains nearby and found a device down in another drain there. The Connecticut State Police bomb squad was brought in and this area was evacuated. Police say after evaluation, that device was deemed non-explosive, but now there's a question of how it got there. The scene is clear and police say that the public is not in any sort of danger. Now, this is the second time a suspicious device has been found here in Meridan over the past 3 weeks. In the last case, it was found on a sidewalk. Somebody just walked right by and reported it. That's only a mile from where I'm standing right now. It was determined to be explosive, and then it was detonated by the CSP bomb squad. Thankfully, nobody was hurt at that scene, nor were they hurt here last night either. But right now, police have not said anything about any sort of arrest being made. They haven't said if they have anybody in mind for who might be putting these devices across Meridan. I did reach out to Meridan city leaders this morning. As soon as the sun comes up a little more, gets to some normal hours, hopefully I will get a response from them. I'd like to speak to one of the people here at the city, see if the public needs to be watching out for anything. I'll get more on that later this morning. Live in Meridan, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Brooke doing what she does so well, digging for answers. Brooke, appreciate that. We will see you at 7 o'clock, 6:06. I don't know if you've heard about this one, Erica, but controversy involving Governor Ned Lamont and his home in Greenwich. The governor accused of illegally cutting down trees in protected wetlands. Now he's taking some responsibility for what happened here. During an event in Bridgeport yesterday, he said he and his neighborhood organization hired a contractor to remove trees that were damaged in previous storms. He said he didn't realize he also needed approval from a wetlands agency. The group now trying to figure out how to replant those trees.
A woman accused of killing her 2-year-old daughter in the Connecticut River is due in court today for a plea hearing. 24-year-old Devani Miller is facing several charges, including murder. Police say that they found Miller walking along Route 9 in Cromwell last September. She claimed that her baby ran down to the Connecticut River. First responders found the little girl dead near the water. Her attorney says Miller was a devoted mother who loved her child. And a Simsbury man accused of murdering his wife appeared before a judge. Officers say 50-year-old Ding Lin stabbed his wife, Kui Rong Fang, inside their home on Friday morning. Medics rushed the woman to the hospital where she died. In the arrest report, the couple's son told police that he was awakened by the two arguing. He told investigators that he never heard a response when he called up to them. Well, this morning, we're getting a new look at the moments before 2 officers shot a man holding a knife in Naugatuck.
Yes, the Inspector General's office releasing body cam video. We want to let you know we're going to share that in just a moment. So if you're seeing it for the first time, it's not wildly offensive, but it's something to see early in the morning. The incident happening at Bombers Pond last Thursday. So here it is. We're told the officers saw 24-year-old Kyle O'Kreen holding a knife near a picnic table. Police telling us O'Kreen moved toward the officers with the knife and ignored their commands to drop it.
Put the knife down!
Put the knife
now!
Down.
Put it down! You're gonna get tased! Taser, taser, taser! Ineffective. Gate.
All right, so let's walk you through this. As you just saw there, officers trying to use a taser on O'Kreen, but it was unsuccessful. O'Kreen continued, according to authorities, toward the officers with the knife, and that's when the 2 officers shot him. O'Kreen taken to a hospital. We're told he is in stable condition. The Inspector General's office now investigating the shooting. An encampment growing at Yale University's Cross Campus as students continue their protest in support of Palestinians in Gaza.
Yeah, just like in other protests all across the country, they're calling for the university to disclose and divest their investments in weapons manufacturing that they believe are contributing to the war.
The tents are back up and more people are here than ever. And so if this is a tactic to scare us or silence us, it certainly didn't work.
Protesters say the dean of Yale visited them on Sunday and handed them a letter saying failure to follow campus policy could result in more arrests and disciplinary action. We reached out to the university for comment about the expanding protests and what could happen as we approach finals week. So far, we haven't heard back. The protests continue at UConn after demonstrators say negotiations with the university failed. Both sides met yesterday afternoon about the encampment at Dove Tower. Now, this is new video of the encampment protesters sent to us last night. UConn officials say that the meeting was not a negotiation, but instead a, quote, care and concern check-in. Students with UConn Divest encampment claim that it was a negotiation and say that UConn was not willing to talk. In a statement, the group said it stated to the administrators that any harm that happens to anyone within but not limited to the encampment will fall squarely on the shoulders of the administration.
New this morning, dozens of protesters have taken over Hamilton Hall at Columbia University in New York City.
The Associated Press is reporting that they barricaded the entrances and they're waving a Palestinian flag out of the window. We are working to get you some video of that this morning. Yesterday, a spokesperson for Columbia University said that the school would suspend student protesters who refused to leave the encampment. As of last night, protest organizers said that they were not aware of any of their members being suspended. Meantime, officers in Austin, Texas clashed with protesters at the University of Texas. Dozens of people were demonstrating at the time. At least 40 were arrested and charged on charges of trespassing and disorderly conduct. Governor Greg Abbott posted on social media that no encampments will be allowed. Hundreds of police officers broke up protests at the university last week, making dozens of arrests there.